Well, with that, have I got a bit of a goof and a gaff for you today? Hey, for those of you who don't know or are not apprised to the field of streaming, um, the small streamer community is filled with scammers and cheats and steals. It is a daily occurrence. If you hang out in the smaller rooms or streams, that you'll see offers for cheap viewers, for cheap follow, and such. And if you have a Discord server, well, you'll see a lot of people flocking in droves. And once they nestle in, they'll start promoting their art. They'll start promoting services. Um, they'll start promoting like search optimization services and such. And they'll get into a server and they'll sneakily start messaging each and every one of the users on the server, thinking that they're all streamers or mostly all streamers, which is often the case. So, and with the dire times of the economy that we have nowadays, it's clear that a lot of people who get into the hobby of streaming are a little bit desperate. They're desperate for a little bit of a leg up in life, and seeing how much money is at the top with all the big streamers like the Kaisenat and the Queso and Ludwig's and Moist Critical and Asmongold, the Zatbar, or Pirate Suffer, all of those big boys, they make millions upon millions a year in endorsements, sponsorships, the raw views, raw ads, all of it combined. Yeah, I mean, it's obscene amount of money. So of course that will poison the well of a lot of wannabe streamers because they'll think, hey, I'm gonna make it big, and lo and behold, I mean, there's 8 million people streaming monthly on Twitch, at least once a month. So the likelihood of garnering such a strong presence is extremely slim, if not basically based on pure luck, pure lottery odds. You have to toil out there and a lot and really be going at it and promoting a lot of different social medias and algorithm on the different social medias and algorithm in hopes that something will catch up or catch on. And yeah, there's a lot of work involved in trying to boost a presence online. And people, well, sometimes don't realize that. And so, well, they'll see an offer for a shortcut and they'll take it. And this is the story of such an offer. Now, back in January 13th, I got approached by a guy by the name of Redbird. And in his profile, in his Discord, he approached me on Discord, he sent me a friend request. And in his profile, there's two links. There's a link for his Twitch, there's a link for his YouTube. And so I checked him out. I checked him out immediately, and lo and behold, I see our boy has 30, almost 34K follows. He's got about 1,000 viewers live. He's the big deal. I'm like, huh, that's that's peculiar. Why contact me? Why try to befriend me? So, hey, I'm not one to ascribe any intention, so I try to talk to him. I ask what's up. And lo and behold, I mean, he's asking me from the go, are you a content creator? I'm like, well, you are. My links are in the bio that you should have seen, the same way that your links are in the bio, in the Discord bio that I've seen, and I looked you up. So I'm like, yeah, I'm a content creator, of course. Uh, and he asks me if my links, like, where do I stream? What do I do? So I send him my stuff, as you can see, and we have that big old the good old routine, the comedy routine of, hey, well, that's good. You got a good thing going, but hey, here's mine. And then he flops his cock on the table, and yeah, he's got a great thing going for him, for sure. So I say, yeah, yeah, well, you got a great thing, and he says, well, I could offer you something, to strike it big, like me, and that's where this is probably somebody impersonating. So I say, okay, well, hey, I made aware of this little hoopla to the content creator that you're trying to impersonate, because, well, that's not cool. Yeah, impersonating somebody for trying to scam people. It's just not the right thing to do. It's dishonest, and it's sullying the good name of a person that, well, has went through the hardships of trying to build a career out of this. And so I made him aware on Twitter. I made him aware of everything, and I got no replies. I didn't expect a reply, but I got no replies. So a couple of days after, I'm thinking back on this, and I'm talking to a friend streamer, Mindful Slim, and we're just riffing about this and talking about the good old scam offers that goes on to this platform, and we'll start looking into him. And immediately, it was fishy. There was no chat activity to really speak of. There was a lot of people. There was 900. It went up to like early thousands, like 2010, dipped back to 900. It went up and down, but it was around 900. And so, well, I was very curious, and so we start talking about the idea that maybe this guy is not as genuine as he poses to be, as he pretends to be. And we look at other streamers with much smaller communities, much smaller views, and yeah, chat activity is going wild compared to this guy. This is a desert. And so we look into it. And if you take a look at his profile, you'll see that he has a website, studioloot.com, where basically we're looking at bare bones, very bare bones, Wix style kind of website, very cheap, very like cursory information about MMORPGs or online games as a service, or games as a service. And so yeah, very, very cheap bare bones website with super non-professional kind of guys layout and stuff. So I'm like, hey, I think there's something going on here, and let me check. So I take a look at the source code, and, well, hey, lo and behold, when you take a look at the source code of the webpage, and you search for the name Redbird, you can see here that it's clearly stated Redbird and BDLG, which are both content creators. On I did the quotes. I did in air quotes. You didn't see the air quotes, but I did in air quotes at content creator. That they're referenced here. They're both kind of owners of studioloot.com. And yeah, if you take a look at the code and you put this in the good old Witch AI or XAI, well, you ask, explain this code to me, and you copy paste that delicious code that was on our boys Redbird site here. All of this, that call right there, ending here, and, well, hey, here's an explanation of the JavaScript code you provided. Overview. This script is designed to embed Twitch streams on a web page, specifically for checking if certain Twitch channels are live and then embedding the live stream. It deals with authentication, API calls to Twitch, and the actual embedding of the stream. So, our boy, Redbird here, is actually partaking into the good old forbidden ninjutsu practice of embedding, which is a scandal that blew up in 2023 with Facts for Life, who was embedding um, his streams. Basically, it was the same deal. He had tons of viewers, thousands of viewers on his Twitch, but had no chat activity, no nothing. It was a barren wasteland. And when you took a look at the user list, it was an extreme discrepancy between the user list and the viewers list. Extreme, egregious. So people started digging, and they realized that Extra Life was embedding his Twitch stream on his personal website, extralife.com, where they hosted guides and guides for different MMORPG, kind of like maxroll.com or .gg, maxroll. Maxroll. But they don't, Maxroll don't embed. They do it legit. It's guides. It's it's a source of information, and that's all. That's all there is to it. But our boy here, our sneaky rat, Redbird, has basically embedded his Twitch stream in his website in a unseen place that is muted. So when you go on this website on studioloot.com, you'll see that there is no video playing. There's no audio audible. There's nothing. There's nothing. It's all hidden away, stashed away. So everybody that goes there trying to get the garbage guides that's on there, because it's very, very sparse and unprofessional. The garbage that's on there, everybody are none the wiser that they're being basically farmed for views on Twitch, and so by doing so, our boy is sitting at the top of the category, pushing everybody down in a way that is so very non-genuine and skewed and scummed. And it's not gonna make ad money off of those views, but those views are gonna count towards pushing him up at the top deck of the game that he's playing. Meaning that anybody who's curious about the game, anybody who's wanting to see a little bit of gameplay before diving in or getting involved with the service or the product, well, they're gonna see him first, and so they're gonna infer from seeing him at the top of that deck, of that Twitch recommended for that game. Well, they're gonna infer that the guy is genuine and knows what he's talking about, that he's the real deal, he's the reference. So people coming in curious about what this game is will ignore the other decks, the other rows of streamers, to the benefit of this guy. So he's raking in all the views in a very unjust manner. Now, he's not gonna make money for sure off directly that practice. The views on his website don't count. He doesn't even meet the criterias for embedding. You need to have a certain height and width of embeds in order to be deemed adequate, legal, or respecting the end user's license agreement. But this is a problem that is rampant, and at this point, it becomes a scenario of a death by 1,000 cuts. We already know that Twitch is in dire straits. The CEO, Dan Clancy, is being grilled. He's under pressure to generate revenue. It's not a pretty scene. The problem is that we have these streamers like these guys who are poisoning the well of also advertisers, because they're faking views that they don't have and making it so that these streamers who are scumming the numbers tends to receive more of the sponsorship offers for games, for events, for whatnot, products. So our boy, like this scum Redbird, is basically scamming advertisers as well as scamming other streamers out of views that they would have organically gotten if he was not top deck of the category. So, yeah, So it's death by a thousand cuts at this point for Twitch. Um, they're losing money hands over fist on hosting people on their servers. That basically are perma live 24/7 channels with basically an empty chair for hours on end for days. Uh, it's basically dead air. So they're losing money there, and on top of that, they're paying streamers that basically scum the numbers and cheat, lie, and steal from um other peers out of ad with ad money and such. So I mean, it's just a nasty situation. And at one point, Twitch is gonna sweep in and do major sweeping changes, and that'll be the end of it. And there will not be any recourse. They will course correct, over course correct, and then there's nothing that anybody will be able to do about it. It'll be too late. So unless we police ourselves, and we do strike, well, at some point the playing field, the playground will change drastically. So hey, it is what it is. All right, that's all I had for you. So hey, how a Discord scammer led us to, well, a little bit of a Twitch scum. It do be that way. All right, boys. I'll see you later. Bye.